This is Millie Weaver. I'm coming to you from the Portage County Courthouse in Ohio, and I have great news. All charges were dropped today, and the case was dismissed. So what does that tell you? The prosecutor had zero evidence, and really the way he went about dismissing it was really kind of a CYA move, where he tried to just pin it all on the supposed victim, that they weren't willing to testify and that therefore they didn't have a case, and tried to make it as though that, that obviously he's going to try to make it as though we're guilty, right? But he had no evidence. He admitted he had no evidence, and that really that tells you that there should have never been a case. So how did they get a secret grand jury indictment in order to arrest me when they never had any evidence of a crime? And their case was completely just weak. I mean, on discovery, they pretty much had nothing. It was insane. It just goes to show that this was a horrible miscarriage of justice. I believe I was targeted. I mean, my court date was literally for trial. My trial date was scheduled for November 3rd on Election Day, and I'm supposed to think that it's not political. Unbelievable. Many of you guys have been asking me about my case, and I've had to be silent about it. The judge initially on my arraignment day told me that I needed to not say that this was a government conspiracy, otherwise she would throw me back in jail. Well, here's the deal. The case has been dismissed. My lawyers are now working on getting the entire thing expunged from my record, and that should probably take about a month. But I am going to be doing a full-on video documentary on this entire thing, spelling out what happened at every precise moment, answering all of your questions in this documentary. I'm telling you right now, my arrest and what happened to me is an even bigger story than Shadowgate. It's a journalist being targeted. It's a journalist being targeted. There should have never been a case. This was, a miscarriage of justice. And today, even though the charges have been dropped, I still feel like I've been wronged, and I still feel like there hasn't been justice, because this should have never happened. And the media was able to run a bunch of hit piece smear campaigns on me. The internet is forever. Of course, all these media outlets, you saw Fox News, USA Today, all Huffington Post, all the news outlets covered my arrest. Put up there that, I did these horrible crimes and being charged with all these felonies. Let's see how many of these news organizations cover the fact that all these charges were dropped and that I was exonerated and that I am innocent. How many of them are going to do that? You see? Some people have questioned, well, might have this arrest helped Shadowgate? Well, yes and no. Shadowgate probably did go more viral because I was arrested. However, the credibility of Shadowgate was then questioned, because who is this criminal girl that, was the reporter behind Shadowgate? They were able to discredit it more easily and get the story off of the actual content of Shadowgate and move it onto my arrest. So anyway, I'm going to be announcing today that I'm going to be seeking legal remedy. I feel like I have been wronged. I feel like this has been a horrible miscarriage of justice. The police essentially slandered me in their own police reports, and I am going to be taking action back, because this should not happen to anyone. And I know this happened to me, and thank God I had so many wonderful supporters like you guys out there that were able to raise me a legal defense fund so that I could fight back and get good lawyers. But the financial burden that was placed down upon me and my family was designed to destroy me. It was designed to destroy me. No regular person could handle that. The fact, if I wouldn't have had that legal defense fund, I don't know what I would have done. I was financially ruined over the whole thing. I lost my job. I got fired. So much for Alex Jones, right? Sticking by people's sides and caring about fighting against injustice, fighting against the globalists, fighting against corrupt government officials when the minute they come after me, you know, he turns his back on me. I feel really let down. I feel really let down. And I hope that many of the people out there that, you know, that took this opportunity to kick me while I was down or run the knife through my back while I was unable to face them, I hope that those people will apologize and at least cover that I've been exonerated and admit that they were wrong. And admit that they shouldn't just jump to conclusions and jump on board with the fake news narratives. Okay? We should always be questioning these movements that look like media narratives, that look controlled. We should always be questioning them. But, you know, there's those people that in your life are going to be fair weather friends, and I get it, and I'm sure all of you get it. You guys have all, I'm sure, had a moment in your life where you needed help and others turned their back on you, or you were accused of something and others, you know, went along with other people and threw you under the bus. And it's unfortunate, but I'm just so lucky that I have all of you wonderful supporters that stuck by my side and were praying for me, because today we got a great outcome, and I could not have done it without the prayer warriors out there praying for me, supporting my family. I can't believe that CPS even tried to take my kids. I mean, imagine that. A case, no evidence, a secret grand jury indictment, just scooping someone up out of their home out of nowhere for a case that supposedly happened back in April, and then they arrest you the day you're releasing a mind-blowing documentary that talks about government corruption against the deep state. I mean, I'm revealing the deep state's blueprints, and that morning, while I'm uploading, I get arrested by police, and the police are literally scrambling around like they don't even know what's happening. They're getting calls on the phone of who to arrest. They don't even have paperwork in hand. Yeah, that's totally normal. No, it's not. It's not normal. Anyway, stay tuned, guys. You know, Shadowgate 2 has come out. If you haven't heard about that yet, go to millennialmillie.com and watch it. You can also watch it on YouTube as well. I've uploaded it there, but there's no guarantee that YouTube won't pull it at some point. But please, continue to support me, continue to follow along with the Shadowgate series. There's going to be a Shadowgate 3, and in the same way that Flynn was targeted in a witch hunt, I was targeted in a witch hunt. In the same way that President Trump was targeted in a witch hunt, I was targeted in a witch hunt. This is a scary time we're in right now, where you can no longer is it just targeting people on Facebook and, you know, targeting conservatives on Facebook, but now we see journalists and politicians that are conservative or that are just anti-deep state, anti-establishment, being targeted. This is scary. So thank you again for your support, guys. I love you. I am relieved in many ways, but I'm gonna fight back because someone needs to do it. And I hope you guys will support me in my efforts to fight back against corrupt government officials and against the deep state. Thanks so much. This is Millie Weaver signing off.